There's just certain things we have to do. There's certain things that we have to participate in. There's certain decisions that we have to make. And in the midst of that decision making process, we have to make sure that God is at the head of every decision that you make. And so for that, we bless his name. We are grateful to God for all of you. We know you'll be getting on in just a second because it won't be very long before you'll be on here, and we will be able to share with you as our pages come up. And I know that it won't be but a second before they do. And so again, I'm grateful for the privilege. And you got to remember that it is a privilege for us to be able to come and to share with you. And the fact that you believe in the integrity of the ministry to the point that you're willing to sacrifice some time to be with us. And for that, we are grateful to God. For that, we give him glory. For that, we give him praise, because there's none like him. So you should be coming on here any second. And so we are just, here we go. And so we are now just grateful for the opportunity to be able to be here with you and to share with you and to be able to let you know what God is able to do if you just let him. So with that being said, we see that people are coming on, and we are here, and we are again grateful to God. Let me do this because this is not the right way to do it. All right. And so again, we're thankful to God, and I'm on the wrong page. So I see you as you are coming on board. I see you as you are sharing with us, and I need to figure out why I'm still on the wrong page. Okay, let me do one other thing, and by doing that, it will enable me to bring my page up so that I can share with you on this day. So give me just a second to bring this up, to get things running, get things rolling. Sometimes things just happen. It's just the way it is. But there's always a way out of no way, and we give him glory for that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, ma'am, please, sir, make sure you do hit that share button. That is important for you to do that, and we are just looking so forward to you being here and sharing with us. Second, I see that they are coming up at this particular time, and I want to make sure that I have everything running and rolling on today. So with that being said, Christine, bless you. Thank you for being here. For Nancy, Carletta, thank you for being here with us. Sharon, be careful in your driving. Carletta, want to make sure. I just came back from an event over at Bethel, and the deer are out. There's 6 of them. They're huge over in the field. So we're grateful to God for that. Thank you so much for letting me know that all is well. Howdy to you, Katrina. We give God glory for you being here with us on today. Kathy, Lavernon, Barbara, thank you so much for being here with us on today. Please share, please share, please share, please share. Debbie Rainbow, glory to God. Thank you so much for being with us on this evening. And we're going to start in a couple of minutes, and we're going to go ahead and be ret to roll. Thea, Valerie, thank you so much. Make sure you share. Make sure you share. Okay. Can you hear me? I want to make sure that I'm heard. Let me take a look here and see how this is going. Oh, okay. It's working. I'm good. Carolyn Williams, thank you. Jemison, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Cora, Debbie, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Elder James Mansell, thank you for being with us on tonight. Please share. Please share. Please share. Please share. Please share. Need you to do that. Gladys, thank you so much for being here with us on today. Cecile, Fancy, thank you so much. Ethel, bless the Lord for you being a part of our audience today. And again, as we say all the time, and I know it's redundant. I know I say it all the time, but it's from my heart, okay? Yeah, I was coming back from New Bethel. There was an event there. And as I turned onto Belmont Avenue, we have that one big field. There's 6 of them. They're huge that were out. That's the first time I've ever seen any over there. So, hey, they are there. Davita, bless the Lord. Okay. Denise, Bryson, Tom, how are you? And so we are doing well. Linda, bless you. Share, 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 share. Please share, please share. Yes, yes, yes. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. Well, let me go ahead and get started so that I can just share this little bit with you and then let you go for the rest of your evening. Raymond, Vernice, we are grateful to God for you. Now, let me say, okay, checking in, Davita. That's right. That's right. Grateful. Okay, that's all I need to know. Want to make sure that you can hear. How do I turn things around? I want you to think about this for just a moment. How many times have you said, good evening, Lady Harrison. How are you? Minister Mike Williams, praying for your recovery. And so we're believing God that he will totally and completely bring restoration into your health. And we know God will. Minister Faye, Lisa, bless you. Tell Mom, Dad we said hello. Out of all of the things that we have done and the places that we have been and the promises we haven't kept, those times in our lives when we told the Lord, oh, yeah, and they never really came to pass. What about how do I change that? Okay. How am I going to change it? Be careful in your driving as well, Jaleesa. How am I going to change that? How is it? What do I need to do that will keep me from punishing myself? Rhonda, bless you for being here. Elder Bowdry, thank you so much. Oh, okay. And so how can I do better? What is it that I can do that will change my decision processes? Okay, I'm trying to get this where it needs to be so the top of my head don't get cut off. Okay. How do I do this, Myrna? How can I stop punishing myself? How can I quit telling myself what I can never do, what I can never accomplish, what I can never be? How do I do that? What is the thing that motivates me to make decisions? Have you ever made a decision hastily and then you've regretted it for a while? Have you ever said, oh, if I could just do this all over again? Good evening, Veronica. Bless you for being with us on this evening. Have you ever said, if I could turn back the hands of time, things would be totally different? But here's what I've learned, and I know you're not ready for this, and I know this is going to be a little difficult for us to deal with. But the main problem that happens in our life, hey Sabrina, how you doing? Is the fact that the reason hey Linda Williams, we make the same mistakes in making decisions is because we're really not sure of that which is right or that which is wrong. Moses had this situation that existed in the children of Israel and in the second law giving, which is Deuteronomy chapter 30. And I know I'm being redundant in doing this, but God has given us choices, and the choices that he has given us are predicated upon information and decisions. Sylvia Scott, bless you for being here, okay? Many times the reason that we do the same thing over and over again is because we actually haven't learned from the first time. How many times have you said, I ain't gonna never do that again? I quit. I'm not. And the next thing you know, you do it again. I want you to think about this. Every day that you live, you make decisions. Oh, glory. You make a decision whether you're going to get up and go to work. You make a decision whether you're going to get up and bathe yourself. You make a decision whether you're going to get up and fix yourself something to eat. Or if you're not working, if you're retired, you make a decision how you're going to plan out your day. You make a decision on whether you're going to go to the store or not. You make a decision as to what path, streets that you're going to take to get to where you need to be to do what you need to do. You make a decision every day of your life. You make a decision as to what you're going to watch on television. You make a decision as to what music you're going to listen to. You make a decision as to whether you're going to pick up the telephone and call somebody. You make a decision as to whether you're going to send out a card or something like that, or get on the internet and interact with people. Good evening, Sherry. How are you? You make decisions, and those decisions are made and they are predicated upon what you have determined that you want to do with your day. Now, going to work, that's a no-brainer. You know you need to do that. But have you not had those times when you said to yourself, if I could get out of it, I would, but bills are making me go where I don't want to go. And I need us to get this, because many of the decisions that we make are unconscious. Many of the decisions that we make, we pay no attention to. And the amazing thing about it is, Winnie, good evening to you, is that when we make those decisions, every decision we make has a consequence. Every decision we make has some level of something that's going to happen because of the decision that you made. And so in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15, you see here where God says that I have placed something before you today. And what I have set before you is life and good, or death and evil. Hey, LMA dear, how are you? Sister Thomas, how are you? Tell Deacon Thomas we said hello. How many decisions that you have made that cause something to die? Now, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I am not necessarily talking about physical death, but maybe relationships or family and all the, because we make a decision. And here's the thing about decision making. Have we not made decisions not upon information we know, but the influence that other people have had on us to make a decision, not because of what you know, but because of what they tell you? This is what I learned, and I learned this some years ago, especially as being a pastor. When I first came to Union, everybody wanted to get in my ear. Everybody wanted to tell me about other people. Everybody wanted to tell me who was right and who was wrong. Everybody wanted to tell me who are the people you could trust and who are the people you couldn't. People wanted to tell me all the things that they thought I needed to know. But I had learned from previous experiences that many times the people who were trying to get in my ear to tell me about somebody else are usually the people you got to watch out for. I know that was deep right there, but I'm going to call it the way it needs to be called, because whenever you make decisions upon that which other people have influenced you to do, usually the reason that they want you to do it is because they know that you can do more damage to that person than they can. And I'm waiting on y'all. I know there's like a minute and a half delay, but I need us to catch this, because if you're going to make a decision, that decision needs to be made upon one thing and one thing only, and that's the will of God. Moses says, God has set before you today life, good, death, and evil. I just wonder, how many times have you chose evil thinking it was good, and then after you did it, you wish you hadn't? Oh, okay. I know y'all don't like me today. And all I'm trying to say is, if you want to change your life, if you want to live in the power of the Holy Spirit, if you want God to show you his power, his presence, and his provision, you have to learn how to make decisions predicated upon what God has said to you, and not what other folks said God has said through them to you. The Bible talks about the danger of trusting false prophets, or people who, for the most part, are always trying to tell you what to do, but they themselves fall short. And so that's the one thing that I've learned how to do, Deacon Thomas, is in the midst of this, I like living. I like enjoying life. I've had too many. I'm gonna tell you. As Pastor or Bishop T.J. Thomas would say, truth confession is good for the soul, but bad for the reputation. The reason that I had gone through some of the sicknesses I did was because I made bad decisions. If I would have did what I needed to do when I needed to do it, I wouldn't be cut up like I am. I would not have gone through what I've gone through. I would not have come as close to death as I have if I would have just listened. But see, in the midst of that, sometimes we can begin to think that we're so important that we forget that other people know just a little bit more about you and how you should live than you do. Elder Pamela, I want us to get this because I think this is important. Because of bad decisions, my lung collapsed. Because of bad decision, my colon ruptured. And because I was not willing to follow the appropriate advice, I now bear the scars for the rest of my life of bad decisions. Now, I want you to think about this. What scars do you have because of bad decisions? Are you scarred physically? Are you scarred mentally? Are you scarred spiritually? Are you scarred? Hey, Terry, how are you? And I need us to understand this. And so this is what I have done. And you can ask Lady Harrison, because she's on here, and she'll testify to that. Whenever something appears to be wrong, I pick up the phone and call my doctor. Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that. Did you really catch that? Yeah. Why? Because there are some decisions that you have made in life that you should have learned from. Good evening, Daryl. How are you? I want you to get this. When I came down with COVID a couple of weeks ago, and I wasn't really sure what it was, and I tested positive, the first thing I did was call my doctor. I was not going, I want you to hear this, I was not going to self-medicate myself. I was not going to act as if what I had could be passed on. Okay? I did not. All right, Fancy, take care. Okay? Take a look at it later. Love you, girl. Praying it all go well with you. I have learned that whenever something is out of place, y'all better hear this, I go to someone who knows more than I do. I go to someone who has the medical expertise I don't have, because I have learned from my previous mistakes. So what did I do? I called my doctor. My doctor wasn't available, but my doctor had a nurse practitioner. I'm going to tell you about the process that I went through to help you to understand clearly that you ought to learn from bad decisions. And so I called my doctor, talked to the nurse practitioner. I went through this litany of questions. And in the midst of all of these questions they asked me, I needed to be able to answer them honestly and succinctly. Erica, how are you? And after I had done so, are y'all ready for this? They then prescribed this medication for me to take for 5 days. And what I've learned, because here's what many of us do, and I know this isn't medical class 101, but I want us to see the danger of making a bad decision. Many of us will get the medication, and as soon as we feel better, we quit taking it. But here's what I've learned. If they have prescribed for you to take 10 pills, you need those 10 pills. If they have prescribed that you need 25 pills, you need those 25 pills. And so I took the medication. Now, it was nasty. Debbie, you know what I'm talking about. It put a horrible, Carletta, you know what I'm talking about. It put a horrible taste in your mouth, and it made you kind of go, I really don't want to take any more of this. But I have learned through past mistakes on how to make the right decisions. Here's what God is saying to us today. God says, I want you to live prosperous. I want you to live healthy. I want you to live in peace. I want to supply all your need. I want to be there for you in every facet of your life. But in order for me to do it, you got to learn how to make the right decisions. And if you're still making the wrong ones, you haven't learned yet the difference between choosing life or death. Here's what it says. Here's what it says. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? I know y'all don't like this lesson. I can tell by the comments, but it's tight, but it's right. Here's what he says in verse 16. In that I command you today to love the Lord your God and to walk in his. He says, I am not giving you an option. I'm not giving you you know what I'm talking about, Elder Pam? I'm not giving you an option. I'm placing before you that which will cause you to live. And what will cause you to live is to love God with everything in your heart. Okay? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you another story. I got tons of stories today. Because of the rupturing of my colon, it caused my blood pressure to really skyrocket. I've never had high blood pressure in my life until that situation happened. And then I started noticing that something was wrong. And the first notion is to change up some things yourself as if you were a doctor. And so I said, okay, maybe I'm over medicated because I kind of know that things weren't exactly the way they should be. But then I said, no, let me do this. I called my doctor. I said, I'm sluggish. I said, all of this is going on. Come to find out, I was taking one blood pressure medication too much that I no longer needed. But here's the problem. I was on 3 or 4. Now I'm down to 2, soon to be down to 1. Why? Oh, y'all not ready for this. Because I've learned to make the right decision. Look at what he says. He says, if you love God with all your heart and walk in his ways and keep his commandments, his statutes, and his judgments, you'll live. Here's my question. Here's my question, Minister Sarah, Gaither, Winnie, Pat. Do you want to live? Do you? Kathy, Barbara Foods, Veronica, do you want to live? Do you want to live? And then, okay, if you say, yes, I want to live, the next question is, how do you want to live? Winnie, are you listening? How do you want to live? Yes, I want to live, but how do you want to live? I want to live in the joy of the Lord. I want to live in the power of the Holy Spirit. I want to live in obedience to God. I want to live in trusting him. I want to live in depending on him. I want to live a life that is so good in Jesus that it's so sweet. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay. All right. And this is what he says I'll do for you. Can I read the rest of this? He said, here's what I'm going to do for you. He said, I'm going to cause you to live and to multiply, and I'm going to bless you in the land that you live. Look at what he's saying. God says, I will bless you in the hood as if you lived in the suburbs. Jesus, help me to teach this like you gave it to me. He will bless you where you are. Because guess what? In the midst of that, you learn to be content. Now, I'm going to talk about that for just a moment because that's a difficult subject for many of us to deal with because we really have not learned to be content. We have not really learned how to be content where we are because we're so busy looking at others, seeing what others have. We forget how bountifully blessed we already are. Okay? And so in the midst of this, he says, I want you to live. I want your children to be well. I want everything about you to be good. Here's what I'm going to do. He said, I'm going to bless you wherever you are. I'm going to bless you on minimum wage. I'm going to bless you with a part-time working. I'm going to bless. Oh, y'all didn't hear what I said. I'm going to bless you so abundantly that your enemies are going to look at you and say, what in the world happened? And you can tell them it's the Lord's doing and it's marvelous in our eyes. I wish I had about 5 people that can put in the chat, it's the Lord's doing. I wish I had about 15, 20 people that can put in the chat, it's the Lord's doing. And because it's the Lord's doing, I give him glory and praise because he's blessing me in spite of me. He's blessing me in coming in. He's blessing me when I go out. He blesses me with the fruit of he blesses me with everything I touch, and everywhere I go, I'm blessed. And every blessing is not money, but more blessings that have come our way have been opportunities that God has opened doors I never imagined would open. He blesses. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm tired of not being blessed because much of the blessings that have come my way have come from my obedience to God. Now, I didn't say I was perfect. I didn't say I always did what he asked me to do, but I got a heart for God. Because in verse 17, he says, but if you turn your heart away and you will not hear and you do what you want to do and you start serving and worshiping other gods, I want you to know that you're going to perish. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm too close to seeing Jesus for my life to get all messed up. I'm too close. I'm too close. There you go. Yeah, it's the Lord's doing. I'm too close. I'm too close to meeting him, to meet him ragged. I'm too close, Gina, to seeing him for myself. Listen, out of everything that comes in your life, it's the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous in our eye. It's the Lord. You know what I'm really trying not to do is to get overwhelmingly excited over the fact that I'm blessed in the city, I'm blessed in the field, I'm blessed everywhere. See, Elder James Mansell, I wish I was waiting on somebody. I need you to understand. I want you to do something for me. If you don't mind, can you just look back over the bountiful blessings that God has given you over your life? Can you think about how many things God has done for you, how many ways God has made for you? Good evening, Terry. How many times God has brought you out, picked you up, healed your body, made ways for you? All I need is about 25 folk to just get excited over the fact that he's still a way maker. He's still able. Oh my God, he can do it. He can do it. And he does it above and beyond all I could ever ask or think. And listen, Listen. Many of my blessings are not money, because that's the unfortunate thing that happens in our lives. We think that the only blessings that come our way are financial. But I'm telling you right now, the fact that my health is all right is not. Oh, I wish I'm trying. I'm trying my best to could be blessed. My God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you. Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna tell you something that just happened today, less than an hour ago. At the rally, they had a food truck, and so at the food truck, and it froze for a second, but oh well, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. The devil is a liar. Oh yeah, I'm still running. I'm good. Oh, I see what's happening now. I see it fluctuating. Okay, but here's the Satan. You get out the airway. Get out the airway. Get out the airway. You leave this streaming alone. The people of God need to hear the word of the Lord tonight. So I come against you. The word of the Lord. The Jesus rebukes you right now in the name of Jesus. You leave this streaming apparatus alone. Now let me get back to my lesson. Here's what just happened. Here's what just happened. I was at New Bethel, and being who I am and doing what I do, somebody decided that they were going to give me a ticket so I could go across the street to the food truck and get me something to eat. Now I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you for just a moment. I want to talk to you for just a moment. Because number one, I was starving. I have not eaten all day. I have had a tremendously crazy day. Okay. Yeah, it's buffering for whatever reason, because I'm not Ethernetted here in my office like I would be at home. So the Wi-Fi spectrum. That's all I'm gonna say. And so I was starving. Okay, I want you to hear what I'm saying. When I say I was starving, I was starving. I said, get out of the Wi-Fi. Let the streaming flow. Ain't gonna tell you again. And so, in the midst of all of this, they gave me a ticket for me to go across the street and to get me something to eat. As I was stepping out of the building, I was talking to a gentleman who's a guard out there, an older gentleman. He's out in the cold. He's doing what he does. And I said, yeah, I guess I got to go across the street because I got this ticket that they gave me for me to get something to eat. And the gentleman said to me, he said, oh, they didn't give me anything. Now, here's what I did. As hungry as I am, I took that ticket and I put it in his hands. And he said, no. I said, no. I said, you are out here in the cold. You are on a tenaciously busy street. You are helping people to walk across the street from New Bethel to the food truck. The same way they blessed me, I'm going to bless you. And he took that ticket and said, thank you, and went across the street and got him. Y'all. Now, I know for some of you, that don't mean much. But for me, it gave me joy to know that just as people bless me, I need to be a blessing to somebody else. I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. Everywhere my feet trod, I'm thankful I'm blessed. I'm grateful. Can I get you? And I know the Wi-Fi is cutting up because the devil is mad about this lesson. But let me help you for just a second. Can you put in the chat, even if you ain't got a dime in your pocket, put in the chat, I'm blessed. Oh my God, I'm blessed. Every day I get up, I'm blessed. Every time I can move, I'm blessed. Every time I can see, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed in my home, blessed on my job, blessed with my children, blessed with my grandchildren, blessed with my great grandchildren. I wish I had some blessed folk out here that can just say, I know I'm blessed. 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 Everywhere, everything I touch gets blessed. Oh, we did. This is how we did it. And we were blessed to be a blessing. The same way somebody blessed me, I had to not think about myself and think about somebody else. I know y'all didn't hear that, did you? I know y'all didn't hear that. I know y'all didn't hear that. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what just came out of my mouth? Did you hear what I said? And see, in order for God to bless you, you have to learn how to be selfless. You have to remember that when God provides for you, it is not for you to sit back and be haughty and hainty and act like you the only person on the planet that knows how to be blessed. You must remember that the same way God blesses you, you are to bless somebody else. And that's what you got to remember. That's what you got to know. That's what you got to see. That's right. Put it in there. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I don't care what's going on in your life. I'm blessed. I don't care what craziness is going on. I'm blessed. No matter how difficult it might be, I'm blessed. I'm blessed everywhere I go. I'm blessed. I'm blessed so tremendously. And when I talk about being blessed, I ain't talking about money. I'm talking about I'm gonna tell you what the Lord did for me. I'm gonna tell you what the Lord did for me. I'm gonna tell you what the Lord did for me. Okay, and I'm gonna just say it the way it need to be said. Y'all give me a second here, cause I'm looking at something, cause I done rebuked this joker, and the Lord rebuked him as well. But he's trying to act like, you know, that what I'm trying to share with you don't mean much, okay? But it means a whole lot. So here's what I'm trying to get you to see and to recognize and to understand. Okay? And I need you to get this, and I need you to grasp this, and I need you to know this. Your blessings are not predicated upon you being holy. Your blessings are predicated upon you being obedient. I wish I had somebody that caught what I just said. It isn't that you've always been right. It isn't that you've always stood right and lived right and walked right and talked right. It's the fact, bless his holy name, it's the fact that he keeps on blessing you in spite of you. And I'm an in spite of blessed person because I recognize that every good and perfect gift is coming from him. So I wanted to get that out there. I wanted to share with you real quick. I wanted to you to understand and to know in no uncertain terms. You quit belittling yourself. You quit putting yourself down. You stop talking about what you can't do, what you can't be, where you can't go, what you can't accomplish. You need to bring all of that foolishness to an end. And you need to recognize here's what happened. And I know y'all not ready for this, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. Here's what will happen. When you start declaring that you're best, that which you declare, you shall become. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all didn't catch that. Now listen to what I'm saying, and I want to see if you get this. I want to see if you understand what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get you to understand, and what I'm trying to get you to comprehend. Much of what you have done in life is predicated upon what come out of your mouth. I'm going to take my time and I'm going to go through this so I can get you to comprehend this. Kim, when we speak defeat, when we speak dread, when we speak insufficiencies, when we speak powerlessness, when we speak the inability to process information properly, we then become what we speak. And when we become what we speak, we get mad at what we do and where we are and the things that happen to us, not realizing that what we have become is because of what came out of our mouths. The power of life and death is in the tongue. And so what I learned to do is to tell the Lord, thank you for giving me a powerful day. Thank you for blessing me in spite of me. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my confidant. Thank you for being my joy and my love. And then I lay down, and when I lay down, thank you for doing that. And then I tell him, Lord, thank you because I believe you're going to wake me up in the morning and you're going to give me reasonable health and strength. That didn't make sense until not too long ago. I want to thank you, Lord, for being everything I have needed you to be. As I go through the day, I observe the blessings of God, and I tell God, thank you. I tell God, I might not be the brightest bulb in the package, but at least I'm in the package. Woo! Oh, I wish I had somebody that caught that. I might not be the smartest, I might not be the most astute, but the level of intelligence that God has blessed me with far surpasses what other people think, and I'm really not concerned about it because look at what it says. It says, today, God has placed before us a choice. I choose life. This is not arrogance. This is not self-centeredness. This is not saying that I am better than everybody else. It is saying what God says about me. God says I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. That's what God said. God said I'm the head and not the tail. That's what God said. God said, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. That's what God. I wish I had some worshipers out here. I wish I had somebody out here that recognizes that even when I didn't know what to speak, God would bring somebody into my life that would speak it for me. And now that I know how, I speak it over myself and I speak life everywhere I go. I don't want God to cut me off. I don't want God to cut me out. I don't want God to turn around and say, you know what, I really tried to bless you. I really tried to provide for you, but you were so busy being stuck on yourself or stuck on your inadequacies. Do you realize I made you? I made you who you are. I designed you to be who you are. You are so meticulous in my heart and in my mind that nobody else has DNA like you. Nobody else has a fingerprint like you. Nobody else has the same number of hairs on your head. Did you hear what I'm saying? Did you hear y'all not hearing what I'm saying? Herma, did you hear what I said? He is so meticulously concerned about my existence that he didn't make another one like me. And every day, I want to be more like him. I want to thank you so much for being with us on tonight. I want to thank you for allowing me to share with you during our midweek worship. I ran over here. I wanted to make sure that I was able to get this word out to you. I pray that it was a blessing to you. I pray that you have been the beneficiary of that which the Lord has sowed into me, and so I sow into you. And in the midst of sowing, let us remember the importance of sowing. Let us remember the necessity of sowing. Let us remember that out of all that God has done, and I'm putting it up here so that you can understand clearly that God, you know, somebody just may feel led to do so. For those that tithe and give offerings into this ministry, I want you to know that I am grateful to God for each and every one of you. I'm grateful to God that you have taken time out of your schedule to be with us today and to allow us to share into your life. So, with that being said, I put the information up on the screen. If the Lord is leading you, if he is leading you to sow into the ministry, there's a multiplicity of ways that you can do it. It's right up on the screen. I wanted to share that with you so that you would know that this is good ground. What you sow, I don't care how small you think it is. You have to remember who sees what it is. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Now, did y'all hear what I said? I don't care how small you think it is. You have to remember who sees what it is. And here's what I've learned about sowing. It's not the amount, it's the proportion. Here's what I've learned about sowing. It's not the amount, but it's the heart. So, with that being said, I wanted to share that with you real quick, and then I want you to know that I am grateful to God for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I pray that the lesson was a blessing because I was running. I was trying to get back over here so that I could share this with you on tonight. I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. I pray for you that as you prepare to rest, that it is just that you rest, that he keeps you in perfect peace. And then when you get up in the morning, you get up in the power of the Holy Ghost and watch God do above and beyond all you could ask or think. Y'all be blessed. Love you with the love of Jesus Christ. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.